The US has detected a strange object in space and located the source that released it, Russia. First, there was the surveillance. According to CNN, the Pentagon has stepped up its monitoring of Russian and Chinese space activities amid mounting evidence that both powers are testing new offensive capabilities in orbit. The US defense officials said Russia has conducted coordinated satellite exercises that simulate offensive and defensive tactics, including maneuvers in which multiple satellites surround and isolate one another, demonstrating a possible scenario for neutralizing enemy spacecraft. China, for its part, has conducted similar maneuvers, including close satellite formations and offensive approach exercises, which reinforce suspicions about the growing militarization of space. 3 satellites and a stranger. Recently, Russia launched 3 top-secret satellites, Cosmos 2581, 2582, and 2583, that have reignited concerns about possible preparations for space warfare. On February 2nd, the satellites entered orbit around a Soyuz rocket, with Moscow offering no details about their purpose. Their unusual maneuvers since deployment include the recent appearance of a mysterious object possibly released by the Cosmos 2583 satellite on March 18. The object's strange trajectory has prompted concern from analysts and intelligence agencies in the West. The U.S. Space Force has already cataloged the object. At the same time, some speculate that these satellites may be practicing orbital, quote-unquote, attack and defense tactics designed to isolate or neutralize enemy satellites in a future conflict. Theories. Harvard-Smithsonian Center astrophysicist Jonathan McDowell has downplayed alarmist interpretations, suggesting the maneuvers may simply reflect similar orbits. Still, recent history fuels skepticism. In 2022, Russia launched Cosmos 2558 on the same trajectory as a U.S. military satellite, an act interpreted as space espionage. The geopolitical context and the Kremlin's track record in covert technologies raise suspicions that this new trio of satellites may be conducting surveillance missions, intercept, rehearsals, or tests of anti-satellite technologies. However, no conclusive evidence suggests hostile action. The conquest of space. The maneuvers attributed to Cosmos 2581 and 2583 reflect a broader scenario in which Russia and China are reportedly exploring new orbital combat capabilities. According to CNN, U.S. Defense Department officials say both countries are conducting military training in low Earth orbits, a key area due to its proximity to Earth and its frequent use by communications, reconnaissance, and intelligence satellites. This trend reinforces fears that space is becoming a new domain of strategic confrontation, where global powers are developing technologies to disable, disrupt, or destroy enemy space assets. Uncertainty and surveillance. As of this writing, whether the nature nor the function of the object released in March has been confirmed. Neither function or what it is has been confirmed, adding to the tension surrounding this trio of satellites. McDowell noted that between February 25th and March 14, the satellites performed close operations, with 2 of them passing near Cosmos 2583 on March 7. However, analysts have not confirmed any attempt of offensive coordination. The U.S. Space Force continues to monitor these objects' movements and orbital patterns closely, considering the possibility of covert military testing in space. This dimension is no longer purely scientific or commercial, but also tactical. The challenge of interpretation. A new challenge has emerged in space. Nations' secrecy regarding their satellites' missions and the repeated use of covert technologies. These factors make it difficult to determine intent. In an environment where sharing orbits or approaching satellites can signal either peaceful or cooperation or aggressive, analysis, particularly in the U.S., the analysts must walk on a fine line between caution and prevention. As calls for clear international norms of behavior in space grow, Washington and its allies already treat the space domain as an active strategic theater. Each new mystery object, such as the one released by Cosmos 2583, adds another layer of tension to the technological and military rivalry in orbit. And this is from Xataka on DNYUZ. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.